Actually, we got no coffee today. Sorry about that, because we haven't got a table tall enough to put it on, and I thought I might spill it. Listen, this is one of the reasons that Sandie's here. This is her latest album, which I have to tell you is getting enormously good reviews, isn't it, in the popular press,
yeah,
in the record business.
I'm ashamed to say, embarrassingly good.
It's called Hello Angel, and The Signal, which you're going to sing a bit later on, is going to come out on Monday, isn't it?
Yes, that's right.
What's it called again?
It's called Nothing Less Than Brilliant.
Nothing Less Than Brilliant, right. It must be a bore for you to be interviewed by people like me who want to talk a little bit about the 60s, or is it? Do you mind talking about, you know, those years where you were one of the icons, really, you know, of that decade?
I think I'm still an icon now, but to sort of younger people. You can always tell somebody's age, whether they want to talk about the 60s or not.
Yes, absolutely.
So,
yes.
No, that's just what it's not my favourite subject, because it's way back there and I'm sort of way up there.
Well, when I was reading through a great fat file about you last night, your personal file, as it were, compiled by Granada Television, there was a wonderful quote where you were quoted in a recent interview as saying that this, which is your first album for a long time, is not a comeback, because you're not going back anywhere. You're going off in a completely new direction.
Yeah, I've been there.
You've been there, done that?
Yeah, I've done that, got the T-shirt, and done the video. Yeah, I wanted to do something new. I just didn't see any point in singing at all, because I don't particularly want to be famous, because I'm quite shy, really. And I don't particularly want to be rich, because I've done that too, and I don't really need to be. So I was trying to look for a different reason. It wasn't until I met people like Morrissey and the Smiths and people like Chrissie Hynde who convinced me that the best reason for doing it is that I really enjoy singing.
Yes.
And then when I suddenly found that I could write as well, that put the icing on the cake, because I can actually sing about the things that I really want to talk about to people. Because having had a life like I have, I obviously have a certain viewpoint on things.
Yes.
It's quite unique.
Yes.
So.
And what are you saying on the album? I mean, what are your sentiments that you're sort of singing about here?
Well, I hope everybody's really inspired when they listen to it. That, you know, I don't just talk about the nice bits of life. I talk about all sides of life. I'm talking about love, sex, death, loss, jealousy. But the whole of the experience of living is just great. And so I just want people to be really, really good, really confident about themselves, and to be kind of brave, because I was trying to be brave with the record.
What astonished me, actually, just reading the sleeve notes, is, and I didn't know this before, that you actually basically produced all your stuff in the 60s. I mean, you had the finger on the button, but you didn't get any credit for it. They wouldn't allow you to be on the label as the producer. Why was that?
Well, because in those days it was enough just to have a pretty face and sing pretty songs. And it just wasn't expected of you, and my manager convinced me that if my name went on the label, they'd think I couldn't afford a proper producer. So it didn't have a name on the label.
It's ridiculous.
But in those days it was quite, I mean, it's very similar to what I do now. It's almost like executive producing, because there's very few knobs to twiddle anyway. So it's a matter of choosing the right material, getting the right chemistry of people together, and having a very direct notion about what you want to say, which is what I can use now.
Yes.
But then I have the technology to back me up now.
Right.
That's the exciting new element.
You're one of these quite rare people, actually, who genuinely don't change very much in their looks. You really haven't changed. She hasn't changed a bit, has she? No, really, you haven't changed a bit. And usually when you talk to people like that, you find that there is possibly a reason. And I wonder, I could be totally wrong, is it because you were converted to Buddhism about 10 years ago, and you've got this sort of philosophy and faith to your life?
Yes. Well, I should think it probably helps a lot. I think it's because, like, I think it's to do with what's going on in your head, what you're thinking about, the kind of things that you're doing, the things that you're aware of. Just the way that you see things in life affects the way that you look. I'm sure it does. If somebody has pretty mean thoughts all their life, they sort of like end up looking pretty sort of craggy and
Dorian
mean.
Gray at the time,
yes. Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly. So I think that must have something to do with it. I can also thank my father. He always looks really young.
Does he really? It's in the genes as well, then, is it? Oh, well,
it's
nothing to do with you then, right? No, I would withdraw the compliment if it's all down to your dad. Let's just talk about what it must have been like, I suppose, coming out of the 60s with that, you know, tremendous image and, you know, all the fame and all the rest of it. Would you rather that you were doing this now as somebody who came completely new to the business?
Oh, no.
Is a 60s reputation a bit of a handicap in any way?
No, not at all. I think people really respect me for that. I really like it. I mean, in its own place, what I did then was really, really good. It's just that we're in a different place now. I think it's just a totally and utterly unique experience. And it's just that I've developed into this person. And I suppose every artist or every musician has their sort of training or developing ground, and mine was just like being a star and an icon and stuff, you know.
Yes, yes. As a matter, you were an icon. I must tell you this. I think I mentioned it earlier. Sandie Shaw went to the same school as my sister. Robert Clack. down in, well, it's sort of on the borders of Dagenham and Romford. And the fact that you'd gone to that school affected every girl who went there, you know, and probably still does, you know, for the next 15, 20 years.
It's really funny because I've got this tag about Dagenham, where you were born. It's really important.
Yes.
For some of the reviews, they keep calling me the Dagenham Diva, which I think is rather sweet.
I can barely detect a London accent now. I think you're great, and I think the album's wonderful, and I'm looking forward to hearing the single sung live on the programme. Very brave, I think, doing a single just with one guitarist live on the network.
But what kind of
what a guitarist,
what?
I know. I'll leave you to do that, and I'll pop back for a quick word when you're finished, okay?
Okay.
Off you go. Take my stool as well.
I'll take mine. I have to remove the furniture and everything here. We don't pay you extra.
Just doesn't make any sense, not at all. You may be ragged and torn, your face is haggard and drawn, but what you feel inside is a diamond that's on fire, and you stumble and fall in the dark. They kick you aside like a worthless stone. No, I know just how rare you are, and you're nothing less than brilliant in my eyes. Oh, how you sparkle, oh, how you glow. There's nothing hungrier than a dream trying to come true. Eats right into you, to your soul. You may be tattered and torn, you may be shattered and worn out, but what you feel inside is a diamond that's on fire, and you stumble and fall in the dark. They kick you aside like a worthless stone. No, I know just how rare you are, and you're nothing less than brilliant in my eyes. Oh, how you sparkle. You may be ragged and torn, you may be shattered and worn out, but what you feel inside is a ruby that's on fire, and you stumble and fall in the dark. They kick you aside like a worthless stone. I know just how rare you are, and you're nothing less than brilliant in my eyes. Oh, how you sparkle, oh, how you glow. And you stumble in the dark. They kick you aside like a worthless stone. No, I know just how rare you are, and you're nothing less than brilliant in my eyes. Oh, how you sparkle, oh, how you glow. You sparkle, how you
Lovely. That's lovely. That's beautiful. It's really nice. I should say that was Kevin Armstrong on the guitar and Sandie Shaw on vocals. That was beautiful. Really nice.
I was trying to do it slow because his hands haven't worked
I haven't warmed up.
yet.
It's a bit early in the morning, isn't it? All right, Sandie Shaw, thank you very, very much indeed. A pleasure to talk to you. The best of luck with the album. I don't think you need it because the reviews, as I've said, are great already. And that single is in the shops on Monday. We'll see you after this break.